Hello, my name is Gary Butler. I'm support team mentor at PKF Smith Cooper Systems. Today we're looking at the option to do payments and the payments that go through online. So payment processing for suppliers, an option you can use is to do the generate suggested payments. This will go through and suggest what needs to be paid and you can run through and pay it. The options in purchase ledger, period end routines, payment processing. You run the generate suggested payments options. It pops up on the screen where you can fill in things like the remittance dates and whether the items are overdue or have settlement discounts. So I'm going to use today's date and click on OK. It may say a payment file exists if somebody else has created the payment file they haven't done anything with. Now, my system has just been used by me, so I know that I can remove it. So I click on yes. Suggested payments is the report has been generated. It will ask me if I want to show it on the screen. So I click on yes. And here is my suggested payments. So this basically shows me every single payment that the system wants to make. If I'm happy with that, I can either spool it or close the report. If I'm happy with it, I will go into the generate payments options, which is in the payment processing area as well. I would select the option to pay my multiple suppliers. And in this case, I know my suppliers I'm going to be paying now are my e-banking suppliers. I select my bank I'm going to be paying from. There's a tick box below it, which if you know the value is going to exceed the account balance, you would tick. Of course, then you've got things like your allocation dates, remittance dates, check numbers, and second reference. Normally, the allocation date is the same day as you're paying the invoices. So click on OK. Now on my bank, I'm using e-banking, so it's set up using the RBS NatWest Internet Bank Line plugin. So what it will do, if I show the details, it will want to make a payment and it will want to save the information to a file which you can upload to your bank. So I can go through and print that if I want to, or basically I can just review the information and click on OK. The next screen that pops up is a bank's details screen. Basically, you would fill in any details in here that's relevant for your bank. It's not something we know, it's more something that you would know from your bank. Once I'm happy, I click on OK. It then prompts me to save my file. Any errors pop up. Basically, it's given me an error message. So, for example, here I've got an option that's wrong within the account number. Also, something else is wrong on the account, so I can go through and amend that. So basically what it will do, it will save the file, but it won't make any payments. However, if there are no errors, it will save the file and it will post it through to the ledgers. So if I wanted to make a payment that either I didn't want to do as part of a batch, or if I wanted to amend a payment that showed on the suggested payments run to make it a different value, I would go into amend suggested payments, select the account in question. It will then pop up with the items to pay. Now, if, for example, I didn't want this to be paid at all, I would go into the option to pay none, and it would zero down the payment values. If I wanted to pay all, I click on the pay all button. If I wanted to customize the figures being paid, I can click on the field and type the number in. So if we delete that, put £1,000 in. Obviously there you can see I've got a credit note which is going to allocate against the payment run. So I'm going to be paying £999. I can either save it, so it will update the suggested payments so it's ready for the payment run if you're going through and amending the suggested payments for multiple suppliers, or if it's the last and only supplier payment you're going to be amending, then you would save it. However, if you're just paying this one person for now, you click on Pay Now. Basically, then what you would do is you'd go look on the screen here to see, you can see it's going to be paying a single supplier. It would also show you the supplier and the payment group on there, which we're going to be paying. and which bank account, as exactly as before. This time you can see the paid multiple suppliers is greyed out. Again, you've got your remittance date and your allocation date. If I click on OK, then it'll pop up with my e-banking screen again with my details as before. This time I have fixed the details. I had an error before. Click on OK. I'm happy with that, so I click on OK. Save my file. And now it's happy. It's successfully made the payments. So it will create the remittance advice. If it's to do e-banking, it's created the file, and it will post the transactions through to the ledgers for you.